right, welcome back to Bayou Time. Every now and then we'd like to come and give you feel-good stories. The other day during our Sports on the Bayou show, Harvey Sharp, who's the owner, president of BioPure, told me that Edie White needed a little help. And joining me now is Harvey Sharp, and you said, Edie White, we knew they had a little fluke going around. They're in the state finals. You did something today to help them out. What was it?
Martin, we as a community, we have to stick together, and these kids work their tails off to get to the position they're in. And the school, this is big for the school, big for our community, especially right now with what we're going through. I heard they had a little flu epidemic go through, so I said, let's go over there and treat these people. Let's get their place sanitized, disinfected. Let's make sure that we do whatever we can to make sure that they'll be okay for their championship game.
Here's y'all driving up. Our crew was there. We wanted to document it. And y'all pulling up a little after 6 a.m. in the morning. You still see the fog out there.
Yes, sir.
Of course, they have school, so you got to get in there and do your job before school starts. But to spray Edie White, is that a typical building that you spray, or are schools a little bit out of the ordinary?
We actually do Nichols. We do Nichols locker rooms. Okay. So no, our guys are familiar with the surroundings, so they'll know what to do and what to get and how to hit it, how to treat it.
So they're walking in with, y'all got that equipment pretty portable now. It reminded me when they came over here, like that reminds me of Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You know, they're spraying the building, and we see the mist that's coming out, but there's a lot more that we cannot see, right?
Yes, the mist that's coming out is 40 microns, where a human hair is 100 microns. And not only is it coming out with small droplets that dries quick, it wraps around. Everything is grounded, and this sends out a positive ion, and it completely wraps around whatever it hits. It gives you a complete coverage.
So it attaches. If we were spraying this counter that we're sitting on, it would cling.
It would cling to it. If we sprayed, it would get underneath it. Okay. It finds everywhere as it goes. And we use a ClO2. It kills on contact, but also kills in a gaseous state when it evaporates. So we're actually purifying the air also.
Okay. So but it's almost like an aerosol kind of thing. It floats around and just gets wherever
it gets.
It can get anywhere.
It gets everywhere, and it's safe.
All right, so you see them spraying the weights and all. So we know that when students go to lift weights, they're touching everything. So when you do something like this, it could be the difference between, we know if there's an epidemic and 10 people get the flu, the next day you might have 50. Next day you might have 200, sort of like we saw with the coronavirus.
Exactly.
So when you go in there and you just kill it, it sort of stops the epidemic, doesn't it?
Yeah, we do. We can never claim that we're going to go stop everything, but we do as much as we can to prevent further spreading. It has a 99.99% kill rate. The reason it says that is because the FDA says you can't 100% kill something, because if you would, we wouldn't have the flu no more. You wouldn't have. Right. Because there's going to be areas that's going to hide. But with the systems we try to get in all the hiding spots.
So let me ask you, you said you're familiar with Nichols, and they go in, but this isn't the only thing that we're seeing. They come back with something after they spray. What is that?
We have a shield. See, our first process is we use a ClO2, and it's a clean. It goes and it kills stuff on contact. Then we go back in and we have, it's a shield. It's a gold shield. It's used in multiple hospitals. It's used in the subways in New York. It's used in the White House. It's used in the mayor's office in New York. It's used in all of Congress, Senate. Their place gets sprayed daily with shield and clean. It puts a residual covering on it. And they say it lasts up to 90 days. I would rather do it every 30 days because rubbing, touching, wiping, you're going to remove some of the residual that leaves.
With a couple of minutes left, what made you get into this type of business?
It's funny. I own a few companies in South Louisiana and one in Texas. I was in Houston one time, and I seen a van pass by, and it was a germ that killed germs. Ended up following him, met the guy, and like, this is a neat concept. What do y'all do? And he says, flu, staph, biggest causes of people missing work. And when he told me it was billions of dollars in lost time, sick time paid out throughout the country. I'm like, man, I need to do this for my business, but it can help other businesses. So we ended up bringing it down here, the concept of South Louisiana, and actually we brought it down before COVID hit.
Yeah, about to say, you bring it in before COVID, then COVID hits, and then, you know,
It accelerates
timing is
growth.
everything.
It
Not
did-
that you wanted to do stuff with COVID, but you were here and ready to go.
Yeah, we were ready to go.
Yeah. What's the future look like? This is going to be a common occurrence, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's going away. I think this is going to be like people spraying a house for roaches.
Yeah.
You know, you spray it because you don't want to see them. And this stuff, you spray it because you don't want to catch it. So,
Yeah. But I want to thank you and your crew. How did it make you feel to be able to go to a place like Edie White? The kids are playing next Friday. The students want to go. If they get the flu, they can't go. You might have helped a bunch of people be able to go and watch the game.
it's rewarding. You know, we all go to work to make money. We have to feed our families, help, you know, community. But when you can just give, that's the rewarding part about everything. That's why we do everything we do.
Harvey,
You know.
thank you and your crew for going out there and doing that. A
Thanks
big
for having
plus, a
me.
big shot in the arm. So Harvey
sir.
Sharp, President, CEO of BioPure. And gotta say, go Cardinals as they get ready for their state championship run. We'll be back with more.